Ivanka Trump was her father's MAGA princess, but now the spotlight has shifted to an unexpected figure, Ivanka's younger brother, Barron Trump. Standing at 6'9", his presence is hard to miss. Once hidden from public eye, Barron forced his father to go on podcasts, which has earned him the title of Donald Trump's silent strategist. Our final report explores the younger Trump's political debut.
Just hours after polls closed on November 6th, Donald Trump took the stage in Florida, a victorious moment with family, allies and advisors by his side. The moment was electric, history in the making. But amidst the cheers and flashing lights, one figure stood out taller than the rest, Barron Trump.
We have Barron home, he's watching. That Barron is watching. He's the king of the internet. He's the king of the internet, oh.
Towering at 6 feet 9 inches, Barron instantly captured the internet's attention. His tall, chiseled look, his quiet but powerful presence was no longer that of the once shadowed son of Donald Trump. Barron has emerged as a force, a strategist, and his father's Gen Z specialist.
You know, I'm not allowed to call them boy, but he is my boy. He's my boy. They're all my boys, right? When you have sons, they can be any age. They're your boy. They're always going to be. And he's a very special guy. Barron Trump. This is the first time he's ever done this. Barron. Where is Barron? Stand up. Look at him.
Freshly enrolled at New York University's Stern School, Barron even cast his first vote this year. But his role went far beyond the ballot box. He quietly shaped a new campaign strategy, one that resonated with Gen Z and millennials. He pushed his father onto podcasts, Joe Rogan, Lex Friedman, The Flagrant, Theo Vaughn, Logan Paul, the Nelk Boys, reaching a younger audience and re-energizing his father's message. His influence, subtle yet potent, may well have been Trump's hidden edge. Then there was Ivanka, once her father's MAGA princess. She was dressed in a sleek blue velvet pantsuit and she joined the celebration, though this time she was a step behind her brother's spotlight. It was a striking contrast. In Trump's first term, she had been his closest advisor. She fought for equal pay and family leave, sharing the stage with global leaders and even defending her father through controversies. But this time, Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, made the decision to step away from the political stage, opting to focus on their family. It was a deeply personal choice. However, their decision marked a clear shift in the family's dynamics. Ivanka, the once formidable presence, was now in a supporting role, content to watch from the sidelines as her younger brother took the reins. But despite the shifting roles, their loyalty to their father remained unwavering. Even though Barron's silent energy now casts a shadow over Ivanka's past influence, on that stage in Florida, the Trump family stood united. Family rivalries may exist behind closed doors, but in front of cameras, they were a picture of loyalty, a symbol of the Trump dynasty's enduring power. And with Barron now playing an increasingly influential role, it's clear that the Trump family is evolving. The quiet strategist has arrived, and with him, a new era of the Trump legacy.
Trump is going to be president. He will take oath on 20th January next year. There is still time left for the inauguration. What will his next few weeks look like? When will he come to Washington, D.C., and what happens after that? This is home base for Donald Trump, his residence in Florida's Mar-a-Lago resort. This is where he plotted his comeback, where he hosted foreign dignitaries, and where he watched his election triumph on Wednesday. A media contingent is camping across the shore. Patrol boats are also on alert. After all, this isn't just a former president's home. It's also the next president's home. Trump will not be here beyond January. He's got a busy couple of weeks ahead. First, a visit to the White House. Joe Biden has already extended an invite. It's only a question of when the visit happens. As per tradition, the incumbent president hosts the incoming leader at the White House. In 2020, Donald Trump skipped that tradition, but in 2016, he was hosted by Barack Obama to what turned out to be an awkward meeting. Expect animosity to hang in the air because Donald Trump will be hosted by two of his presidential rivals, Joe Biden, who defeated him in 2020, and Kamala Harris, whom he defeated this year. Away from Washington, the transfer of power begins. December 17th is the first step. State electors will meet in respective state capitals. These electors make up the Electoral College. For example, Texas has 40 Electoral College votes, meaning they have 40 state electors. All of them will cast their vote for the candidate who won that state. In this case, Donald Trump. This exercise happens in every state, after which these votes are transferred to Washington, D.C. It reaches here on the 25th of December. The next step happens right here at the U.S. Capitol. The state electoral college votes are counted and certified by a joint session of Congress. The Vice President conducts this proceeding and certifies the election. In this case, Trump's rival, Kamala Harris. This is usually a routine event in the transition of power, but this time it has been declared a national security event. Why? Because of what happened the last time when Trump supporters tried to overturn the certification process. Something tells us that won't be happening this time. After that, it's a countdown to inauguration. Trump will be quite busy on these days. He must pick political appointees, select cabinet members, receive daily presidential briefs, basically set up an entirely new administration. Chances are he will do that from Florida, from his Mar-a-Lago home.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, Donald John Trump.
Then, on January 20th, comes the big day. Trump's second inauguration. He will return to Washington, D.C. ahead of that. This is Blair House, the white building that you see behind me. This is the official presidential guest house, and it is tradition that the president-elect spends the night here before Inauguration Day. Joe Biden and his wife Jill did that on January 19th before his inauguration. And in 2017, Donald Trump also stayed at the Blair House before his inauguration. There was a lot of speculation that he might prefer a hotel, but he ended up staying here finally. Let's see if he sticks to that tradition this time. This is Trump's second time on this ride. Last time, he visited a church on Inauguration Day, after which he headed to the White House. The president and the president-elect ride together from there to the Capitol Hill. They will use the presidential limousine, the Beast, a car that Trump used just 4 years ago. And this is where the inauguration happens, on the west front of the US Capitol. The public can get free tickets from members of Congress. Usually inaugurations are attended by all former presidents and first ladies. The president-elect takes his oath of office on top of those stairs. Trump used 2 Bibles to take his oath the last time. One was his own, the other belonged to Abraham Lincoln.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
After the inauguration, the new president sees off the outgoing leader. The Bidens will get one final ride on Air Force One. And the destination? Anywhere you pick. Once Biden leaves, it's the Trump show. He will first attend a luncheon at the US Capitol. There he will sign nominations and maybe even executive orders. After that, Trump will inspect military troops from the Capitol building. And then it's back to the White House. Ceremonial military regiments, citizens as groups, marching bands, all of them lead the President and the First Lady to the White House. They walk through Pennsylvania Avenue, often surrounded by hundreds of supporters who line the streets. All those traditions and steps bring us back here to the White House. Donald Trump will be back in the presidential limousine, the Beast. The motorcade will drive him from the US Capitol to the presidential mansion behind me, and thus another American presidency will begin.